What up, people? This is Tatianna Tarot. Finally back with another tarot energy forecast of the week. Ashe. It's been a hot minute. I've been traveling a lot, obviously, all over the place. If you follow me on Instagram, I've been a gypsy troll. And I finally made my landing here in New Orleans. It's week 3. I think week 3. It feels like the first week. It feels like I just got here. I'm still getting acclimated to everything. Still fixing up the apartment. Still unpacking my deck. Still cleansing. Still setting up my altar. So thank you for your patience and all the blessings y'all sent me thus far. I really do appreciate it. Like with any transition, it's been a little rocky. Not rocky in a bad way, but New Orleans has been nothing but the best for me. It's just coming in here, I think, has allowed me to actually rest and catch up with the rest of my life and really internalize all these changes that have been going on for months prior. So me coming here has been like, oh yeah, wait a minute, I have to read cards. So I haven't really been in my um card reading mode. I've just been catching up to what I need to do, and self care is of the utmost importance for anybody, whether you're a healer or not. It should be a priority. So that's what I've been really doing, reprioritizing my life, setting up new roots here. Tarot's not the only thing I do, so I've been juggling that with dancing and um, other things that I want to pop up in my life as well. So again, thank you so much for your patience. Y'all are really dope. I'm sending all that love right back. If you want an in-person reading, you're gonna have to visit me in New Orleans now. But New Orleans is amazing, without a doubt. You have all the richness of the culture here, the music, the food, the hoodoo, the voodoo, New Orleans voodoo, and you got me. So you can come and visit. But if you need a reading and you cannot come physically see me, I'm still accessible on FaceTime, Skype, or phone, which is going to be changing. I'm going to be really revving up everything now that I'm stable and I'm not traveling anytime soon. I really have time to kind of put in all the work that I was planning to do on the site with the services, doing the videos more consistently, adding on more videos, and all that jazz. So you're going to definitely see a lot of improvement and a lot of changes for the next months to come, inshallah. So anyway, I'm going to be hitting you up again with the forecast of the week. Today is Monday, the 21st. I don't know how it became the 21st so fast. We're in the middle of towards the end of November already. I'm ready for it to be done because Scorpio season was a little bit too much. And I think we just got into Sag today, so this is great to kind of segue into what may potentially happen. So we're going to do it from the 21st to the 27th. For those that are new and are watching, and welcome. I'm Tatiana. I read tarot cards. Sometimes spirits come out with those tarot cards, as in spiritual information comes out, not actual deities come out. But I do incorporate that in my work. I'm a ritual practitioner as well. And I have an online business called My Urban Illumination, and it is focused on catering to wellness, getting back to your spirit, and demystifying all these things that we see as new age that's not so new. I know it's like a fad now. The witches, the bruja. I got my bruja shirt. Peralta Project. Got to represent. But this is not new. This has been my lifetime, my whole time. Ask a friend. And I'm just bringing it to you so that hopefully it will help provide you with some guidance, some information, and clarity on what you need in your life. Now, what I normally do is, again, I know you guys hear this spiel all the time, but if you knew, because I keep on getting questions and stuff about what is this? Is this a daily thing? Is this a weekly thing? And I'm tired. I don't want to answer these questions anymore. So just pay attention or watch an old video so you can catch up. But essentially, the weekly videos, I pull out 8 tarot cards for every 2 days of the week. And at the end, I pull out an oracle card that I'm going to read from that kind of sums up the whole week. If you want day-to-day information on what that day is going to be like, or what is going to resonate with your spirit that day, I do post daily polls or meditations on my Instagram and Twitter pages. Also, you can find it directly on my website underneath my spirit blog. So you can go to www.myurbanillumination.com, spirit blog on top, and it's going to give you two categories. It'll give you the daily tarot meditations, or it'll give you mystical insights, which is just astrological updates, more blogging information. Everything on tarot you can find under the tarot meditation tab. That will be fun. But let's begin. So for Monday the 21st and Tuesday the 22nd, you know what? I'm going to be using this deck today. I was going to be using my Morgan Greer, which I have been using for all my tarot meditations. I just realized that shit, there's no 78 cards in that deck. It's like 60 something, which is problematic because I want to know where my cards went, which is even more problematic because I haven't been reading with a full set of a deck. So that is one of my favorite decks. I'll show you what I'm talking about. The really colorful Rider-Waite one, but it's called Morgan Greer. Look how juicy these are. And then I realized, like, after unpacking them, I'm missing a lot, and they look like they've been through some intense trauma. They're all folded and icky and weird, and so I'm gonna try and find those cards or just go buy another deck eventually. But for now, I'm gonna be using this, and I haven't used this one yet. I think it is the World Spirit Tarot. I've had this deck for many years. I've also gone through a lot of crazy stuff with this deck. So crazy that I think there's still crusted blood somewhere around here. But I think that makes it extra potent. Yeah, I know that's really creepy, but I promise you no one died. I just made it out alive barely. Anyway, I'm going to be using this deck. And for the Oracle, I'll be using the animal cards because I think they've got something important to tell us this week. Pero I gotta find the book. The book is right behind the computer. I'll go look that up later. So, Spirit in Love and Light, I ask Spirit to come through to provide us with the clarity and guidance we most need today. Any information we most need to know, Spirit, just come out in love and light. And I thank you. I thank our ancestors. I thank our higher selves, our higher ascended masters, the richest, the lowest. Papa Legba, I thank you again. And all higher entities that are guiding us here. Ashe. Monday the 21st and Tuesday the 22nd. What needs to be brought to our attention? Oh, these are smooth. They're bulky too. Different feel on things. What needs to be brought to our attention? Fuacate. And what is in our subconscious? Pulling this out. Ugh. I'm always getting that. All right, let's see how we're going to interpret this. Give me 1 second. So what needs to be brought to our attention? The Four of Wands. It's an amazing card. The Four of Wands, a very big celebratory card. Okay, so it's you could see it in the card that it's very festive. It's very vibrant. It's very happy. It's very in the moment, very present. What allows us to get to these milestones? What allows us to get to this point where we're actually celebrating in unison with other people? A lot of work, a lot of cultivation, a lot of dedicating yourself to an end result, a lot of teamwork, a lot of harmonizing with the universe, a lot of willpower, a lot of effort in the right direction, okay? So after placing all of that, you can reap the rewards. The Four of Wands is an amazing card to end the chapter with. And we are beginning the week with a Monday, the 21st, and the 22nd, Tuesday. So we're ending a chapter here. Is kind of alluding towards the end of the month. And maybe what you can physically see, the physical results of the onset of Scorpio season. Because Scorpio season is about death and transformation, sex and death and rebirth and all that jazz. So now that we've approached the end of Scorpio season, maybe you can see some physical results that point to the work that you've been involved in prior to. Now this is the tangible. This is what you can really see manifesting for you, after all that effort, after all that thinking. What died? What was a result of that death? What is the victory? What am I celebrating? Am I celebrating the liberation of my spirit? Am I free to do something that I wasn't free to do before? Did I realize something that I didn't realize before? It's not really a joyous time in this world, okay? Obviously, in lieu of the elections, what's going on with protecting the water, the Native Americans, and just so many other social events is not really getting us to be any more rah-rah than we should be right now. The Four of Wands, however, is some sort of sign of relief. It is pointing to the light at the end of the tunnel. It's saying do not give up hope. Okay, even though transformation cannot essentially happen in a day, you will start seeing some rewards from it. You will start seeing some physical results from your efforts, from your strife, from pushing the boulder uphill. Okay, you get to see the development of some muscles. You get to see some resilience. You get to see some strength. The Four of Wands also is you know what, we got Turkey Day this week. Again, not the most joyous of all occasions when they're blasting out Native Americans with the water that they're trying to protect, but Four of Wands can allude to reunions, celebrating with your family, rah rah rah, all this stuff. Okay, so definitely prepare to be engaged with a group of people. Definitely prepare to surround yourself through, with that festivity energy. Here, I'm getting multiple messages because I'm getting the completion of something without a doubt. The completion of something here. I just got a pop up on my screen. That was so rude. Screen. Don't interrupt my flow. Anyway, so going back, excuse me if I'm all over the place because that's how I get my messages, Yanni. They're just like flowing in. So, yes, festivities in November, this month, Turkey Day, that makes a lot of sense. A lot of us have to reunite with our families. A lot of us are going out to eat. A lot of us, hopefully are just chilling in the crib by ourselves, realizing that every day is a day to be grateful, right? But that may be a reason why you have all this heightened energy. This could be very therapeutic for you. Even if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving per se, you can have a Friendsgiving, you can have some sort of gathering that reminds you, hey, you have a voice, you have you could still uplift your people in whatever way you choose to be of service. And in order to uplift people, you got to uplift yourself. So why not take the proactivity, the proactive measure to surround yourself with the right people and kind of fill yourself up with, again, self-care, renovation, uplifting your juju after, Scorpio has completely torn yourself down and left you in shambles. You want to be surrounded by this. And it is also, again, the other thing that I was going to mention. Scorpio has left us beaten on the ground, dead. But something's going to rise from that. And that's the Four of Wands. It's four wands in the sky celebrating, hey, you've made it home. Welcome home after a long journey in battle. After all that effort, after pushing that boulder uphill, this is what you get for your reward. Now, that can be, positive news. That can be a revelation inside of your soul that's like, oh my God, this is what I'm meant to be doing. I'm going to be doing this for the rest of my life. Or this is what I need to change. After that whole Scorpio season's passed, I need to implement X, Y, and Z. I'm so clear now. Or maybe you have this sense of resilience that nothing can stop me. I'm just going to radically speak my truth and radically accept myself for who I am. And that is the victory in and of itself. Four of Wands, completion, celebration, finish line, reunion, spiritual development, healing going on amongst a group of people with things in common, communication, exchanging of ideas. Now, what is going on subconsciously as I pat my belly? Excuse me. We're getting the moon. This is what you do not see. Personally, yo no sé, I don't know what's been going on. I am very sensitive, fluctuating emotions here and there. I want to do this, I don't want to do this. I want to deal with this person, I don't want to deal with this person. I'm just be a hermit, and then figure it out once it stops um, affecting me so powerfully. I'm just going to sit back and just observe it and just be like, all right, I'm going to honor the fact that I'm kind of moody and weird today. Let's see where this ball rolls, because instead of resisting it, I mean, I could be resisting it, could be making things worse. I could be making myself worse by not listening to my body and my moods. That is the moon. The moon is influencing your moods. It's influencing your emotions. It can illuminate some illusions here. Um, it can bring up something to light that you did not want to see or could not possibly see, because it's also very intuitive, very psychic. Maybe you've been picking up on it and you wasn't quite sure before, but now you are. And it could be the fluctuation of emotions. There's this juxtaposition between celebration and then being brooding in your emotions and being moody and just being um when we're getting the moon in a subconscious position, it is very interesting because I feel like you have this family dynamic on top with the Four of Wands. You have this celebration. You have this reaching the finish line, or accomplishing something, or completing something huge that you've been trying to work on for such a long time. But the moon is kind of telling you not everything is as it seems. Maybe you went on this journey and you realize at the end of it, it's not really what you wanted anymore. Or that you could have gone about another way and you had been resisting that this whole time. Or perhaps this journey and this celebration or this reunion of people is going to bring up some emotions that need clarification. It's going to bring up some discomfort. Maybe you're not in the mood to celebrate and you really truly need to honor that inside of yourself. There is something that is being kind of brought to rest in the external realm through our conscious understanding. In the internal realm, it seems still a little chaotic. It seems still a little uncertain. You don't know what's going to lurk around that corner. You don't know what's up ahead of you. Should you be celebrating now because you don't know what's coming up, or should you just step back and see? So that's something that you want to discern for yourself. Four of Wands always reminds us that there's something to be grateful of. So never lose that perspective. But at the same time, you may be picking up on things that are changing for yourself and changing in a global scale that are a little unsettling. Are you going to lower yourself to that vibration and succumb to a possibility that isn't quite readily presented to you quite yet? Are you going to dive low? Or are you just going to honor your emotions and find healthy ways to channel that? Maybe deep down, you can use the moon to fuel any creative passions that you have and finish up a huge project that you have in mind. Maybe what you're getting right now is the nourishment, is the substance, is the resource that you needed to create a completion here. Something is going to be brought to surface within the next 2 days or this week, because it can be all inclusive. That is closing a chapter for sure. That is either going to reaffirm your intuition, or it's going to be a shocking revelation to you where you're like, I'm not surprised, but damn. Because the moon isn't, it's psychic. It's your intuitive mind. So you kind of already knew this, but you've been suppressing it, so you didn't want to know it, and now it's got no choice but to surface up. And so we're still seeing remnants of Scorpio, I guess. Scorpio, Cancer, moon with the Cancer. So when I see that, I would say yes, because you're feeling a type of way. Go out, go celebrate, go find a reason to raise those vibrations. or do something that's going to make you feel proactive in raising those vibrations. Um, Surround yourself with like-minded people. Surround yourself with a community that is proactive and purposeful, because then you can ground that elusive energy. You can ground the mystery into some sort of practicality, and you can share that energy around. You can release that in a very healthy way. It is very heavy energy the first 2 days. If you're in any sort of healing work, prepare to clear. I do believe that you're gonna get a lot of clarity this week, though. You're gonna feel at ease. You're gonna feel way better. Um, Maybe some information of the family, relationships, not only romantic, but the relationships you have, they will be illuminated. What are you giving? What are you taking? Is this worth it? After all this journey, now that I've gotten to this consciousness where like this whole level of understanding has been revealed to me, do I still want to rock with you? Do I still want to deal with you the same way I've been dealing with you this whole time? Does our dynamic have to change? Do I need to end this friendship, this relationship? Or do I just need some time for myself to really come to completion? This takes some time to come to celebration, the end of the tunnel. Once you're at the end of the tunnel, you're celebrating the light at the end of the tunnel, you're there. You don't want to leave so quick. So this may take time. Like me and my journey of coming here. The 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 last thing I did was freaking look at my cards. That's the last thing I wanted to do. I wanted to unpack everything. I wanted to savor. I wanted to savor in this new energy, bless up my home, cleanse the hell out of everything, or take my time communicating to my spirits, so setting up my altars, getting back to me, making sure I'm in a good space to give these readings to you. And that's what you want to do with the Four of Wands, especially with all this emotional upheaval. You don't know what to think, you don't know what to trust, you don't know what's coming up. You can feel it, but you don't want to feel the worst, you don't want to manifest the worst. There's something here kind of coming to an end, closing the book, giving you a reason to rest, giving you a reason to put your bags down, giving you a reason to kind of disrobe yourself. So take your time with that. Now, let's see what's going on for Wednesday the 23rd and Thursday the 24th. Consciously, Spirit, what can we expect from the 23rd and the 24th? And subconsciously. Nine of Wands, conscious level. This looks like a rock and roll Jesus with a bunch of fire on his hands, sticks. I really don't get it. I see this as a really funky dude who is down for whatever. He's like, you know what? There's fire around me, so I'm gonna take a stick and I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna learn how to defend myself. I'm gonna learn how to provide myself, and when in Rome, I'm gonna do what it takes to make it through the other side. The Nine of Wands is resilience. All right. Here we've got a wall of wands representing fire, representing some sort of divine protection, I would say. Even though you may not be proactive in praying or setting out intentions, let me tell you, it is a very effective technique to establish in your life, just setting out an intention before you do anything. I call upon my higher self. I call upon my higher entities, my higher spirits. I call upon my ancestors to protect me right now. I don't really know what's going on. I need some clarity. And so The Nine of Wands is rocking with that. He's got his wall of protection here. And he's like, you know what? I'm joining the cause. This can be some extreme activism in your life. Meaning, listen, I'm not going to stand back and allow this to happen. I have a say. I have the free will to choose my thoughts, my emotions, my beliefs, and I'm going to fight forward. I'm going to progress forward because I have the comfort and the protection of my tribe. I have the comfort and protection of my ancestors. But I'm very clear as to what I need to do. It's a very fiery energy. So this is action this week. You know, this is action. This is great. This is moving you in the right direction. It's saying you're ready, you're competent, you're capable. You don't have to wait for an answer to come your way. You don't have to wait for someone to open the door for you. You can make it happen. You can flow with it. It can be fun. You don't have to be rigid. You don't have to be tight. You don't have to be paranoid. Stand your ground. This is a card about standing your ground and doing what you feel you must do at this time. If you're not seeing the results that you want, if you're not hearing the answers that you want, then what can you do to get what you want? And so he's not waiting to be burnt down. He's taking a stick and he's, in the darkness, he's allowing that stick to provide him the light for the way. Nine of Wands. Interesting. We're getting a lot of wands consciously. Wands surfacing up as where our minds are lingering. That is very interesting because one is spiritual tests. Wands deal with spiritual tests, I feel. They also deal with a lot of fire energy. Action, action. You gotta take action now. You can't just be sleeping in your homes acting as if nothing is going on. Even in your personal life, what goes on in your personal life extends to the world on a broader scale when we work collectively. Fix your life, fix your home, fix your temple. If there's something ain't going on, don't just sit back, do something about it. Use the information that's coming to you. Now, subconsciously, Six of Cups, you're getting help. Okay, so subconscious, getting some information here. Six of Cups, let me show this to you more clearly because some of y'all like to bitch about how I didn't leave it in front of the window long enough. So here you go. Take a good look, see. This is about reunions. This is about receiving a gift from an old friend, potentially. It's about nostalgia, blast from the past. All these cups, all this emotion, all this water energy. Good. We got some balance here with the psyche and the subconscious. Six of Cups, deep down inside, maybe you wishing that things go back to normal. You wishing that things will go back to the way that they were. Or you could be thinking of someone from your past. You could be thinking of things in your past, hobbies you want to take action on now. You're like, you know what? I'm done. I'm going to take action on this. I'm going to do something about this situation. It could be a person. You're going Wednesday the 23rd, Thursday the 24th. Thursday's Turkey Day. You have the opportunity to encounter people that you haven't seen in a while. And what? Are you going to confront them? Be mindful now that you have wands. Wands is fire. Fire can be impulsiveness. Fire could be aggression. So be careful in your approach, okay? Just be mindful that some people don't need that much fire. Some people don't even know how to handle their own fire. So they're going to be like, from your past. Subconsciously, you may be wanting to avoid responsibility. A part of you may be like, I know I need to do something. I want to take action. Absolutely gung-ho. But deep down inside, you may be like, but I want to be comfortable. I don't, shoot, I wish things were back to normal because then I wouldn't have to be taking action. I want to be lazy. Escapisms. Escape techniques. Drinking. Sexting. Texting. Technology. Weed. Sleeping. Procrastination, laziness. These can all be escape mechanisms. If you're not balanced with what you need to do and your purpose, and doing it because there's a sense of urgency here. You may want to hide and retreat in your hole and be like, well, maybe tomorrow. No, that can also be a remnant of the Six of Cups. No tomorrow, today. Six of Cups may also mean that you're picking up on things from the past. There are messages here for you. Don't be afraid to extend yourself if you need closure. It can also mean you jumping back into something that you have lost. Jumping back was like when Stella got her groove back. Jump back into that routine that you had forgotten that you were really good at. What's that from the past that you left behind? Maybe you need to revisit it. Maybe you need to go back into your meditations. Maybe you need to go back and study something. Maybe you need to go back and pursue that hobby that you were, very passionate about and somehow torn away from. Six of Cups will toil the soil. ¿Cómo se dice? Tend the soil, toil the soil, turn the soil. It will do something to that soil that is changing up inside of you and bringing up things from the past that you did not reflect upon properly. And it's sitting in here and it's festering away like old energy. You got to bring it up to the surface. Either you let the past go if it's irrelevant and you're really not going to do anything about it, or you take action on it. But don't fall into that avoidance mechanism, escape mode. That is something that you may be very susceptible to. And the Six of Cups, again, reunion, happiness, all this pleasure, food, gifts, exchanging. That's interesting. These cards are so funky. There's such a different vibe. And I'm pulling out a card consciously for the weekend. Friday the 25th, Saturday the 26th, Sunday the 27th. Consciously, what can we be made aware of? Subconsciously. Okay. We're getting the Seven of Cups on a conscious level. I'm looking at my agenda book and the rest of these cards down here. The Seven of Cups on a conscious level and the Ten of Pentacles on a subconscious level. Seven of Cups. Oy. Seven of Cups. Put it there. Look at this guy. He's daydreaming. He's engaging in his fantasy with his dog. He's just straight up chilling. God knows what he's on. Whatever Kanye's on, probably. Tu sabes, like really relaxed. Too many cups in the sky. He's feeling it. He's feeling good. This is great. Good for you. Maybe it's the itis after Turkey Day that's got you feeling like that. When I see that card, the Virgo in me doesn't like it because Virgos like to be organized, structured, and disciplined, on point with their work. Seven of Cups is more of the Pisces effect. I'm going to daydream. I'm going to use my imagination. I'm going to use my creativity. In that aspect, you need to marry your sense of action, your sense of activism, what you feel that you must do now, with your Seven of Cups. And again, we're getting back into that escapism mode, avoidance. Don't use that as an avoidance mechanism. Make sure that if you want to complete a project, you're giving it your all. You're activating and conjuring your ancestors. You're conjuring your spirits. If you do that, if you're cool. And you're making sure that you're getting the guidance you need and the motivation you need from your imagination. You're seeing multiple possibilities as to how you can get there. You're being playful. Again, the bearded Jesus guy is playful. He's chill. He's not I'm aggressive. He's like, yo, chill, like join me. Let's go on an adventure with these walking sticks. You know? But at the same time, he's looking to make sure he doesn't get burnt. Nothing too impulsive, nothing too hasty. Give yourself some time to visualize, to use your imagination, to really create a visualization. Shakti, go in, go read that or go listen to that because it gives you mad meditations you can use to create your life by being a visionary. And that is that card. The Seven of Cups is saying, hold on, you got too many cups in the sky. Your imagination and your power of seeing things in front of your eye is great. Now, can you scale it back so that you can actually take you can really move with these ideas? Can you do that? Seven of Cups requires that you ground some of those cups. You make them real. What cup are you going to ground right now? What do you want to ground for the last month of the year? You're almost there, hitting the finish line. It's so funny because it's almost as if these cards in the conscious realm are presented to us backwards. So we have the finish line here, we have the taking of action, and we have the need to think of what action we're going to take. Backwards. Weird. So I don't suggest, I suggest that possibly this week is going to be a little topsy-turvy. Unexpected situations happening. Maybe receiving the answer to your question or receiving visions before you even set on doing it. Subconsciously, things are good for you. You know, I'd be more concerned. It is going to be an emotional week. Six of Cups. Encountering things from your past. I got to sew these shits back together. The Moon. Hey, I'm going to make you feel as uncomfortable as possible with the emotions because, you know, that's the emotional realm. You can't grasp it per se. Um, but I'm also going to make sure that you are really feeling these changes, that you are intuitively heartfelt. Now, subconsciously, Ten of Pentacles for this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Feeling grounded. Long-term success. So here we're talking about two long-term things. Four of Wands, long-term, light at the end of the tunnel. Victory, success, yay, teamwork, partnership, yes, let's do this. Finally, after all this struggle, I made it. Ten of Pentacles, almost the same. If you can think 10 steps ahead, 10 years ahead, excuse me, what would that look like for you? What would that sound like? What would that be like? What is your legacy? What are you leaving behind? And so subconsciously you're planning for that legacy. You don't we ain't got time with this president now, Trump. No, you gotta I plan to be far, far, far the fuck away from here. Excuse me. Ten of Pentacles is that cup. It's that card. What do you need to do now to ensure that those around you are taken care of? What do you need to do now to ensure your prosperity, your abundance? This is a big card on abundance. Pentacles, financial abundance, financial prosperity, the work and the effort that you physically do. What does it culminate in? What is it? What is it going to give back to you? This is good news of your reputation too. There's something in you that you're doing right. I would I would not disregard my own feelings, but I wouldn't take them so serious either. Because you need to be able to discern, are they really your feelings? Are you picking something up universally? Are you picking something up from your cousin, from your mom and your dad? Is it, proper cleansing, grounding techniques, centering with a tree, spending time with nature? A lot of this stuff that the Ten of Pentacles embodies, like the physical realm, the earth based mother goddess, Energy, you can do that because it's a lot going on right now. Yeah. The moon the moon in and of itself can be an initiation, can be a spiritual trial that appears in your life. And it's through the act of faith that you're able to make it to the other side. If not, you're just going to like beat yourself up through the process. And here I see you ready for action consciously. Four of Wands, Knight of Wands, ready for action. I'm really ready to put in the work for what is mine. I can taste it, I can feel it, I can see it. If other people are doing it, why can't I? It is like survival of the fittest, but it's also like, let me use my creativity to get mine. That's it. I'm not holding myself back anymore, regardless of what my emotions can say. My emotions are actually kind of grounded. The Ten of Pentacles. I'm kind of grounded. I know what I want at the end of the day. I know that I am worthy and I know how to go about getting it. Or I'm going to try. I thought I heard something. Anyway, let's see. This is an interesting. I could probably go on for days, but we don't need an hour reading for the week. So I appreciate y'all. Let's see animal wise. What animal can best lead us through this week? Oh my god, another pop up. The Lynx. Bam. Hold up. Let me figure out what this book. The Lynx. The Lynx. Oh, I didn't even. Eek. The Lynx. Secrets I Mida. So I'm just going to read this to you real quick. It is said that if you want to find out a secret, ask lynx medicine. Unfortunately, it is difficult to get the silent lynx to speak. To be confronted by the powerful medicine of lynx signifies that you do not know something about yourself or others. Lynx is the keeper of the secrets or lost magical systems and occult knowledge. Lynx has the ability to move through time and space and go into the great silence for unraveling any mystery. Lynx is not the guardian of secrets, but the knower of secrets. The problem lies in getting Lynx to instruct you. He or she would rather be off chasing a bird or kicking sand in your face than running circles around you. Lynx medicine is a very specific type of clairvoyance. If this medicine is strong in you, you will get mental pictures concerning other people and the exact things they have hidden, either from themselves or from others. Mental pictures, visualization, fantasy, the moon, picking up on hints, discomfort. Fíjate. You will see their fears, their lies, and their self deceptions. You will also know where they have hidden the treasure, if there is any. You will never speak of these revelations, you simply know. The only way you can coax information about yourself out of a Lynx medicine person, in case you have forgotten where you hid the treasure, is to respect the practices of his or her tradition. If you go to a gypsy with Lynx medicine, you must show your respect by paying with money after the reading. If you go to a Choctaw medicine person, he or she will reach into your midsection or use other traditional methods to help you. A blanket or tobacco should be given in exchange for the medicine he or she has performed on you. This maxim is known as the law of the Lynx people and is practiced by Native Americans, Gypsy, Sufi, in Egyptian cultures, among others. If you have pulled the Lynx card, you can be sure that secrets are afloat. If this is your personal medicine, you should listen to your higher self. Be still and pay attention to the revelations you receive in either the form of mental pictures or through a high singing voice in your inner ear. Perhaps you will receive informations in the forms of omens. You can be sure that Mother Earth is signaling to you in some manner. If Lynx is at your door, listen. Brother or sister Lynx can teach you of your personal power and of the things you have forgotten about yourself. Links can lead you to lost treasures and connect you to forgotten brotherhoods or sisterhoods. Some medicine people believe that the Sphinx of ancient Egypt was not a lion, but a lynx. This lynx does not say much. With an enigmatic smile, the great cat watches over the sands of forever. Ashe. That is very symbolic of what we pulled, just in lieu of the moon, the Seven of Cups, Four of Wands, like-minded communities gathering together, being ready to take action when you got that vision all right, wholeness, completion. The cards don't lie. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, spirits. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for watching. Thank you for staying in tune with me. If you need a session, hit me up. I'll send you my availability for this week and moving forward. You can purchase it at myurbanillumination.com under the Work With Me section. If you like the video and you got a lot of substance from it, please share, like, and subscribe, and comment on what's going on in your life. And hopefully, I pray that everything is, harmonious and blessed. Also, I want to hear of any secrets that you uncover for yourself, for the highest good of all involved. I'm sending you all my love and bendiciones. Ciao.